You mentioned that we've had 2 assassination attempts were thwarted here, one of which is on you. Yes. They're targeting you too. They're targeting Mike Pompeo. They're targeting Donald Trump. Where is the pushback? And they also had a cyber attack on the Trump campaign.
The FBI sat me down during my campaign and said they knew there was election meddling that was coming from Iran. I mean, you look at all the foreign actors that are invading us through multiple ways, whether it's Iran, whether it's Russia, whether it's China, whether it's North Korea now to a certain extent. And we are sitting ducks just letting it happen. We've got to do something about that. The one thing is Biden never should have lifted the sanctions on Iran. Why it is taking him so long to put them back is unforgivable.
It's almost as if he doesn't care. He stays all the time on the beach. He does spend a lot of time on the beach. But I also want to talk about this election. You made it clear before you left, as hard as you campaigned and as direct as you were against former President Trump, you called him up and said, I'll help any way I can. And you will endorse him. You'll vote for him. So you're waiting for that call. Liz Cheney's the other way, a conservative Republican who says, I'm not only not going to support him, I'm going to vote for Harris. And she was upset with your stance. Let's listen.
Even when she stopped running, almost a third of Republican voters were looking for an alternative to Trump and voting for Nikki Haley. She's now saying that she is, quote, on standby to campaign for Donald Trump. She's also, of course, called him unhinged, unqualified.
I can't understand her position on this in any kind of a principled way. I think that, you know, the things that she said, that she made clear when she was running in the primary, those things are true. Casting a vote for Donald Trump or writing someone in means that you've made the decision in too many instances that so many elected Republicans have made, which is to abandon the Constitution.
Your reaction to her reaction?
I respect her decision, but she can't say my decision is not principled. It actually is. We can either vote based on style or we can vote on substance. I'm voting based on substance. I'm looking at the fact we can't live the next 4 years like we did the last 4 years. This is no contest. Harris raised taxes. Trump reduced taxes. Harris wants to stop any energy production. Trump built it up. Harris is weak on national security. Trump was strong on national security. Harris has allowed the border to be infiltrated by 8 million people. Trump was much harder on the border. This is about my family. This is about America. These are about issues. We should be very clear. If you don't like him, say you don't like him, but you can't say that his policies are worse than Kamala Harris's. That's just not a fact.
So you obviously don't take that personal, and it's about the country. Will you go to the point where you appear on stage with him at rallies? Because there's a huge, I think there's a sizable portion of the, especially in the primary, you proved it, that support you only.
I've made it clear to him a couple of things. One, that he needs to go out and ask for the vote of conservative and moderate Republicans, suburban women, independents, conservative Democrats. This is going to be a tight election. He needs to go say, I need your vote. And the second thing is, I'm on standby. I'm happy to be helpful. I don't want to see Kamala Harris win. He's the candidate. He can decide whether he needs my support or not.
But you would do it.
Absolutely.
You would go on stage. Why do you think Kamala Harris has a 14-point lead in the gender gap among women?
I think it's because Donald Trump and J.D. Vance need to change the way they speak about women. You don't need to call Kamala dumb. She didn't get this far, you know, just by accident. She's here. That's what it is. She's a prosecutor. You don't need to go and talk about intelligence or looks or anything else. Just focus on the policies. When you call even a Democrat woman dumb, Republican women get their backs up too. The bottom line is we win on policies. Stick to the policies, leave all the other stuff. That's how he can win.
Thwarted. Thwarted. Metal. Metal. Sitting ducks. Sitting ducks. Lift the sanctions. Lift the sanctions. Stance. Stance. Unhinged. Unhinged. Principled. Principled. Substance. Substance.
Infiltrated. Infiltrated.
Get their backs up. Get their backs up. The police thwarted the robbery before it could take place. She shouldn't meddle in other people's affairs. The soldiers were sitting ducks in the open field. The government decided to lift the sanctions after the negotiations. Her stance on environmental issues is very clear. His behavior was so unhinged that it worried everyone around him. He is known for his principled approach to business ethics. The report lacked substance and did not provide useful information.
The spies infiltrated the organization to gather intelligence.
Calling someone names can easily get their backs up.
If you enjoy this content, please consider subscribing to my channel to stay up to date with future videos. Thank you for watching.